Cooler Master's V8 name is back, but this is not simply a visual remake of the old cooler. The V8 Ace TD HP is a premium single tower design built to compete with the largest flagship air coolers, using a hybrid heat pipe system and two unusually thick fans. I tested both the AMD and Intel versions, and the result is one of the strongest single tower coolers we have ever measured. The interesting part is that it reaches most of that performance without needing maximum fan speed. The core of the design is the hybrid heat pipe layout. There are two 3DHP sections and four conventional heat pipes. The standard pipes move heat upward from the nickel-plated copper base, while the 3DHP structure spreads the concentrated CPU load across a wider portion of the fin stack. This allows Cooler Master to use one dense tower instead of an enormous dual tower heatsink, two 120 by 30 mm fans then work in push-pull configuration. The front fan forces air into the restrictive fin stack, and the rear fan helps extract it. The result is a cooler that is still large but does not cover as much of the motherboard as many flagship dual tower models. Cooler Master sells separate AMD and Intel versions. They use the same heatsink and fans, but the mounting hardware, contact positioning, and internal 3DHP tuning are platform specific. The Intel model uses more working fluid to deal with sharper temperature spikes and sustained power, while the AMD version is tuned for Ryzen's different hotspot behavior. This can improve optimization, but it also reduces upgrade flexibility because you must buy the correct version from the beginning. The two fans are not identical. The front unit has 9 LCP blades, reaches 2500 RPM, and is rated for 3.85 mm of static pressure. The rear fan uses 7 blades, tops out at 2050 RPM, and is tuned as the exhaust stage. Both use loop dynamic bearings, have a rated lifetime above 200,000 hours, and the cooler carries a 6-year warranty. Installation is straightforward, and the Intel backplate is particularly well designed. The sliding fan frames also make servicing and memory access easier than conventional wire clips, but check compatibility carefully. The cooler is 167.3 mm tall and weighs just over 1 kg. Tall memory can interfere with the front fan, forcing it upward and increasing the final install height. Some mounting pads and the splitter arrangement could also be labeled more clearly for inexperienced builders. The fans have a wide and predictable operating range. At 40% PWM, noise is only 10.5 dBA. It rises to 16.8 dBA at 50%, 22.7 at 60%, and 27 dB at 70%. After that, the acoustic cost rises much faster. We measured 31.1 dBA at 80%, 34.3 at 90%, and 37.9 dBA at full speed. So, the sensible operating range is around 50 to 70% PWM, or roughly 25 to 30 dBA in a noise normalized setup. Above that point, the additional cooling gains become relatively small. At 30 decibels on the Ryzen 9 7900X, the CPU reached 94.3 degrees, sustained 189.3 watts, and averaged 5178.5 MHz. The temperature looks high because this processor actively uses available thermal headroom to boost, so temperature must be evaluated together with frequency and actual power. In the combined relative performance result, the V8 Ace is among the leaders. The Noctua NH-D15 G2 LBC is only 0.67% ahead, while the PC cooler RZ820 display leads by 3.23%. For the single tower cooler, this is an excellent result, and moving beyond 30 dB provides only modest practical gains. The Intel version is equally impressive with a Core Ultra 9 285K at 30 decibels. It held 88.4 degrees while allowing the processor to sustain 302.9 watts, the highest average power result in this comparison. Its combined performance is effectively level with the class leaders. The Noctua NH-D15 G2 HPC is only 0.14% ahead, and the RZ820 display only 0.35% ahead. Increasing fan speed beyond this point does not meaningfully increase sustained CPU power, which confirms that approximately 30 decibels is already the practical sweet spot. The Cooler Master V8 Ace TDHP is one of the strongest premium air coolers we have tested. It delivers flagship level results on both AMD and Intel, uses high quality fans, has a distinctive design, and offers a 6-year warranty. It also proves that a well-engineered single tower can compete directly with much larger coolers. There are compromises at 167.3mm. Case compatibility must be checked carefully. Tall RAM can create clearance problems. The separate AMD and Intel models limit future platform changes, and the fans become noticeably loud above 80% PWM. At around $120, excluding VAT, at the time of the review, it is also a premium product, not a value champion. My recommendation is simple. Use a custom fan curve capped around 25 to 30 decibels. In that range, the V8 Ace already delivers nearly all of its useful performance while remaining acoustically controlled. If you want near top tier air cooling, premium construction, and a design that actually stands out, the V8 Ace TDHP is a very strong option.